Hey everybody, I'm going to give you an exclusive look at an executive level commercial real estate property inspection using the Rent Manager application on my phone. And this is a rare look behind the scenes. I am part owner of this property. It's a 90,000 square foot shopping center in Fernandina Beach, Florida, called Amelia Plaza. And there's a lot going on here. There's an Aldi that took over an old Winn-Dixie, and they're redeveloping it into Aldi. They're not open yet. There's a lot going on in the market itself. This is 60 minutes. I've been doing this for about 25 years, so you're going to see a lot of stuff that you might not realize that goes into operating this type of commercial real estate. So come along and let me know what you think at the end of the video. Here we are over at Amelia Plaza, Fernandina Beach, Florida. This is a shopping center we acquired in 2020, summer of 2020 actually. And it is in grocery-anchored center, as well as a Walmart shadow-anchored property. It's over close to the entryway of Amelia Island or Fernandina Beach. And I'm going to give you a little walkthrough. This is part of my property inspection that I normally do, and wanted to walk you through it. So first things first is that what I like to do, let's see if you can see this. Maybe let me go over to the shade here. Fresh Bites, that space is available. It is a restaurant space over here on the hard corner. Alright, first things first is we do everything through our Rent Manager app. So I will go ahead and open Rent Manager. We will do an inspection. And let me add an inspection. Search property, Amelia Plaza. No unit. Nope. No tenant. Executive. New. I like to do my own template. Let's go ahead and create inspection. I'll just put in here Amelia. I think it already states it, but just in case. Alright, so now I got my inspection template. These are all the areas that I need to inspect. The front of the building, the parking lot, the units inside, the back inside of the building, neighboring properties, security, if there's any specific issue checklist. So that's kind of how this works. It's pretty interesting. I should attach 3 pictures per item. Make sure, confirm that I've taken pictures all over the property and that I walked the property. So I haven't done that yet, so I will not confirm that. But yeah, let's kind of get started here. Front of the building. Okay, now I gotta look for ADA ramps and rails, facade storefront, take pictures of that, landscaping. There you go. Trash cans, tables, benches, walkways under canopy, columns. That's front of the building. The sides of the building, drive aisles, the dumpsters, the loading areas, the paint in the back, doors, stairs, back doors, stairs, gates, ponds, fences, all that. Then I go the parking lot. You know, I gotta look at the curbs, the drive aisles, the parking lot conditions, the pole lights, pylon signs and other striping, car stops. So I'm looking at that. Security, you know, guards, cameras, campers, any homeless at the property. Inside the units, I check the vacant bays. Tenants building out if applicable. It is applicable here. I talked to 3 current tenants. Neighboring properties, I just check out the adjacent properties in the Outparcel, see if there's anything funky there that I need to take note of any nearby developments, and then check for water or ponding intrusion, irrigation, plumbing leaks, lift station alarms, electric panels that are, you know, exposed. Sometimes there's external electric panels that just the door is wide open and you're going to have some water issues if you just leave it like that. Any other issues? It's pretty comprehensive. This is the executive level. The property manager level 1 actually gets even more detailed, if you can imagine that. And but I am just doing the relatively quick executive one. All right, so we are in front of the pylon sign. Go ahead and take some pictures of that. So what I do, I just hit the little camera thing there, take a picture, done, it's added. This is I mean, our pylon signs here are in great condition. I'll show you the other one. I usually get a lot of steps in as I'm doing this, so this could end up being a little bit of a long one. I give myself 60 minutes per property. Sometimes it takes longer, sometimes a little bit faster, depending on what's going on. You can see the other pylon there. I don't have to go all the way up there because my you can just zoom it in. But what I'll do is I'll just hit that and then take the picture of the other pylon, add it there. Now it's there. And these are in excellent condition, so nothing to note there. Now I need to take a look at some of the pole lights. I know that these pole lights are actually more or less brand new here at the property. We put them in about a year ago. Again, I'll take a couple pictures of them just to kind of have them, but I know that they're in excellent condition. I'll go ahead and attach. Excellent. The parking lot, yes, similarly, the parking lot we redid. Also, we spent several million of dollars improving this property over the last several years, or since we bought it. We do invest CapEx into our properties to make sure that they look good. So I know that the parking lot condition's awesome, but I haven't walked all of it. If I see something, I will say something. Striping, when we did the parking lot, we also did the striping. I think I'll take one picture here just to show you, but I'll end up taking more pictures on the other side just so that I have other parts of the property with pictures. And this is all going into my rent manager storage, which is essentially unlimited when you're with the program. It's not widely used in our business, but I do recommend Rent Manager. We have found them to be a pretty good property management software that people have never heard of. I'm happy to introduce you. Okay, so drive aisle. The condition is good, but I'll walk over here. You can see that the Winn-Dixie that used to be here ended up getting bought when they filed bankruptcy by Aldi. Aldi is now demising the space and taking, I guess, the left side of it. That's why there's a big thing there. But while they're staging, they have blocked off the drive aisle, the main drive aisle. You can still get around, kind of like that car, but it does hamper. But you kind of need it also because there's just a lot of crap there if you don't have it. So what I'll do is I'll just say watch. Aldi blocked off the main drive aisle because of their construction, make sure that this does not happen over a long period of time, period. So that is Okay, so now I have that note. Now I could have also created an issue, service issue right out of this if I wanted to, but I'm pretty sure my my projects team is tracking this build out. So I'm sure that they're tracking the build out. So that's that. All right, so we got the Aldi that's building out right now, and I think from a standpoint of safety, I won't go too far into it, but because there's a lot of demolition happening, but I will take a picture right outside of it and just kind of do some what do you call it, progress pictures. And like I mentioned, you got a bunch of dumpsters full of stuff. You know, I'll take pictures of inside the right side of the Winn-Dixie too when I get on that side of the property. But for the meantime, I'm just taking pictures of the tenant build out. So I'll say watch. They have a lot of the parking lot filled with debris dumpsters, and there are I don't know, what do you call those things, the I think that's good enough. Okay, great. So now let's kind of go over here. So you got our vacancies. We do have vacancies here. This is a junior anchor space, but we have a couple things cooking on this one. So what's nice, it'll be right adjacent to Aldi, and then it's also a shadow by Walmart, which draws a lot of people. I will take a picture of the facade. We have our leasing company and management company, Outparcel, Kristen Nimitz over in Jacksonville. So just check their leasing sign, it's looking good. And I like to go and take some pictures of the inside too, just to make sure that there's nothing weird growing in there or anything like that. The other side here. Okay, great. That's our main vacancy. I'm gonna take a picture of the door number, but it's very obvious that that's a junior anchor. Go ahead and attach those to the vacant bay. I didn't see anything inside. Normally I'd go in with the key, but this one's, you can see everything without needing to go in. Now, let me do the front of the building again. So you got trash cans, benches, and tables. So I got trash cans here. Yeah, there are not going to be any issues with the trash cans since the main anchor is closed. So there's not going to be overflowing trash cans or anything. Walkways are good. Okay, walkways are good. Now to landscaping. So the landscaping we had before I kind of liked better, so I'm going to mention that to my PM. I'm not too sure. I think that the trees themselves are the same, but I think that some of the bushes around the trees were a little bit nicer before, so I might say that. I think that the trees are well cut and I like the mulch, but I also liked the landscaping before we redid it, where there is a lot more ground cover and bushes around the trees, comma, it looked more lush, period. Can we look at getting closer to that style, question mark. And everything's budgeted, so it's not going to happen this year, because you just have to make sure you have the money to do it and budget the money. Here's ADA. So a lot of this ADA stuff is just a requirement here, and we do a lot of CapEx just to make sure our ADA is good, and we hire consultants to make sure we're all good here. All right, we got space number 1734. This is the quick bite space. Like I mentioned, this is a vacant bay, and just gotta make sure that, you know, boom. All right, got that. Inside of it, there's no flooding, there's none of that. Okay, great. And I'm gonna go with in the building, we got walkways. I'm just gonna do a quick little, that's our Pilates tenant. Glad that they're busy. I think so far so good. Got Pilates, you got Code Ninja, Cricket, Yoga. So Yoga and Pilates are actually the same tenant. They just took two spaces that are not contiguous, non-contiguous. That is a real estate term. Oh, here's some more ADA. It's kind of interesting how, I guess, the ADA requirement was such that we had to do this kind of parallel parking space here. We do have some angled spaces there. You got Subway. I guess they're replacing their sign. I just got to make sure that they do that. And then they have a drive-up window. We go ahead and just kind of put that out there. And for the facade storefront, I'm just going to say, it looks like Subway's banner has been up for a while, comma, when will they put up their channel letter sign, question mark. So now I put that as a watch. Again, I could create an issue out of it, I'm not, but how that would look into the shade. Just because I know my PM team's already done it. You just do that, it's a service issue. Boom, I can create the service issue. That has a description, has the title. I can put a category to it. This would be I think I put it under signage. Signage. Okay, I'll just create it. Why not? Just to show you. But yeah, so that's created, done. You can see that's created because you got the little red one next to the wrench there, so you can see which of these I created service issues for. So that helps quite a bit, actually. What's nice is that I do see a lot of cars here, which I would think that just means that it's very busy, which is great. All right, this is the main entrance of the property. I do like that the landscaping in the main entrance looks very, very nice, but it's just some of the drive aisle landscaping. I mean, it looks okay, it's clean, it's minimalistic, I guess. So a lot of people do like that. Probably just easier to maintain, easier to make sure it looks good. Less chances of the bushes getting gnarly, which can be an issue. So you got PNC Bank. I might as well just walk over to the Outparcel since that's part of my checklist. Outparcels. Let's see. That would be under neighboring properties, adjacent outparcels. PNC Bank is just fine. Big space. And maybe they have good deposits. I'm sure we looked. That's one of the things that you want to look at when you're buying a property. If you have a bank, is what kind of deposits that there are at the bank, because that gives you some indication of how well that bank's doing. The more deposits, the more likely that that bank's doing well and that they'll continue to operate there. You got Townies. Well, so you got this Werner. We keep moving here. So you got pest control by Nate. All right, let's see. That's going to be under security. So you got, I'm going to call it, it's like a camper almost. So I got that. I got some pest control. I don't even know what this is. I got all these like work vehicles. So I don't know if they are part of the build out or not, but I'm going to just note it, take pictures of it. It's going to say, see pictures. There was a semi truck parked on the backside of the parking lot. There are 4 bucket trucks parked in front of the Winn-Dixie. There's 2 pest control by Nate trucks with trailers on the backside of the parking lot. All right, so that's done. So you can see how easy it is, so which is kind of cool. So neighboring properties, again, I got Townies, which is kind of a local well-known restaurant. All right, now here's more of the parking lot. Let's go ahead and take pictures of this. And again, this the way that we're doing this right now. Here, take a picture of the drive aisle. The way that we're doing this right now is that these pictures are categorized, right? So if I need to find, drive aisles, I know exactly where to go. That's a huge time saver, because otherwise, if you just have it uploaded in like Dropbox, and you got like 100,000 photos because you got dozens of properties, how are you going to know which you're going to find a specific photo of a facade or a sign or a pylon or a light pole or something? So it's super important just to take the time to go and organize your pictures and make them a little easier to find. All right, let's go back to tenant build out. So this is again the Winn-Dixie side. Take pictures of the just gonna take a quick little picture of inside. Let's take a picture of inside, so that worked good. Okay, looking good. All right, so now I am driving or walking over here. All right, so I'm over here on the side, on the under canopy walkway, so I can take a couple pictures. But just to explain a couple things, for the ADA, what's important for the ADA is that you have this wheelchair accessibility. So everything's measured. Everything has to have a certain. It can't be too steep, so there has to be a certain amount of slope to the ramp. You need to have these little tactile mats. You need to have the white crosswalk. It has to lead you straight to the ADA parking spaces, and the parking spaces have to be such that they can just walk up to the crosswalk without having to go behind their cars. So they walk in front of their cars. So that's all part of it. All right, so now back over to, I didn't. Okay, you can't. You gotta just remember, if you take a picture of it, to make sure you hit the little arrow. I think I hit back instead, which is not good. Again, front. All right, so let's take a look at the drive aisle. And I can do the curbs also too. So I got curbs are looking good here. Yeah, curbs are good. Let's take a look at more curbs. You got curbs, so what am I looking for? Cracked curbs. The reason why is because once curbs start to crack, better to just, you know, address them and reinforce them so you don't have to completely replace them. All right, let's get a little bit more facade shots. So that is the front of the building. Take a look at some facade shots here. Let's get a little bit more landscaping. Okay, here's the landscaping. Some of it's duplicate, but again, that's just makes it a little bit easier to find when you need to find it later. You got walkways. Walkways are looking good here. Okay, walkways are good. I got a vacancy. Let me switch to my inside the space, vacant bay. Boom. All right, space number. Okay, we got, yeah, these we spent like I think we spent, I don't know, like close to $1 million vanilla shelling a lot of these spaces. So all these vacancies should be in pretty good condition. I'll just say excellent. I'm just looking for like down ceiling tiles or something where maybe there's signs that there was a roof leak or something, or if there's a lot of vagrants, you know, that hopefully someone's not living in there or something. We do have the no loitering, which is always important, the no loitering. So that allows you to trespass somebody if you need to. Not that we want to, but just in case. Here's a drive aisle. Here's your kind of your internal drive aisle, like a bigger one. Okay, let's hit the little button there. So I got Kabuki Restaurant. These guys are really good, by the way. Great hibachi restaurant. And this dojo, it's like a world-class dojo. I think they have people in the Olympics or something like that, or they have, it's an Olympic class dojo, which is kind of cool, actually. So that's looking good. Yeah, plenty of cars in the parking lot. The red brick is very much a North Florida thing, so you don't see that as much in South Florida. Jacksonville is the first coast, so was the, I think, first big city other than St. Augustine, but you know, first big city to really get going at the Industrial Revolution. All right, I'm gonna do a little bit of, do the facade. So front of building, take some more pictures of facade. Facade's looking good. So you can see how fast that is, just boom, boom, boom. My curbs are looking good. I haven't taken much pictures of the trash cans, but the trash cans are good. I just, you'll have to trust me on that one. Under canopy, no problems there. I'm almost done with this part. Let's go, let's see. Walkways, columns, the columns are good. Parking lot, okay, let's take another couple pictures of curbs. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, I can show you a little bit about a new curb actually, so you can kind of see the difference. So we did this new curb as part of the ADA work. As I mentioned, you know, you can see that the color of it looks pretty new, but the ADA requires that you have a certain number of ADA parking spaces, that there are a certain number of feet width, and that when you get out of the car with the wheelchair, that you can easily access the walkway getting to the main part of the shopping center with the crosswalk, with the tactile mats and everything. You have to have, this one's van accessible, so they have to have the signs here. Not all of them have to be van accessible, but that one is. And that just kind of gives you a little bit of 2 cents on ADA. It's very important. We make sure that we abide by the rules there. Metabolic weight loss, so that's a new tenant for us. And kids can be kids, indoor playground, sailors, accounting, nail salon. These are all staples. If you notice, these are all services too, right? So you got karate, nail salon, sailors, kids can be kids, weight loss, all services. Very little impact from tariffs. Hyper community, it draws the community in. And you know, that's what necessity, community, daily needs retail is all about. You have 2 restaurants, the buffet, the kabuki. Really the only retailer here is Walmart, that you think like the merchant retailer. Winn-Dixie when it was here, but that's going to be replaced by Aldi. When they split the space, they'll have a little bit of space left over, so we'll have to figure out how we they or us backfill that remaining 25,000 square feet or so. If you happen to be an anchor retailer looking in North Florida and this seems interesting, give me a call and we can go from there. All right, let's go over to okay, so back to my, so let's go to the vacancies again. So I'm doing it a little bit more thorough than I probably normally would have, because you know we're here every month from an executive level and every week from a property management level. So it's this is more for purposes of the YouTube and the the teaching part of it. So yeah, no problem. Okay, so now this delineates actually the that's now, here's the Walmart. That now, but I'll check out the Walmart because that's part of my inspection. Walmart has a lot of these carts here. See, this is the landscaping that I like. This I don't know what you call it, but I'm gonna take a picture of it just to give my property management team an idea of what I do like. So I'm gonna go with, let's go to landscaping. Oh wait, I think that is, I did landscaping as front of the building. Yeah. So like this looks great. I love this kind of very whimsical. I don't know what you call it, but it's very nice. And you got your Walmart. I'll go ahead and take a picture of our neighboring tenant here, neighboring properties. Walmart's looking good with their logo. I think that's a new logo actually. But, oh, and you got the Island Hopper bus stop here. So I think it's a local bus that takes you around the island, and this is the only Walmart on the island, so it makes sense. All right. So this is a little bit about Walmart. This is I think they call it like a L1 store or something. It's basically, or G1, first generation store. It's pretty busy. I mean, this is summertime, off season. It's pretty busy. They don't have a supermarket here because there was a Winn-Dixie, and then it'll be an Aldi. So in the declarations, or the REA, I think it prohibits him from doing so. But the footprint of this one's a little bit smaller than your standard Walmart. I think the standard Walmarts, or the new super Walmarts now, are about 200,000 square feet, 180,000 square feet. This is probably closer to 90,000 square feet. And yeah, it's very busy and looking good. Oh, you got these clear backpacks, very important. All right, I think that's it. We're gonna get out of here. Always great service there. So very busy Walmart, considering it's a first generation store. And they do a great job with their facilities, by the way. I mean, I come here at night, the lights are good. Look, the trash can's not overflowing, and it's a Walmart, so it's, you know that they're getting a lot of trash. I don't see a lot of rubbish on the ground either. So landscaping's great, striping's good. I mean, Walmart's facilities is on point. They have the reserved parking for law enforcement. They have the ADA. They got it all, you know. And the shopping carts aren't everywhere. Yeah, this is how you want to maintain your property. You know, paint's looking good. There's no cracks. That's really good. The asphalt itself is looking good. Your fire lanes are striped properly. You can see them nicely. Your gutters are in good condition. Sometimes the gutters get a little messed up because they're somewhat fragile since they're made out of aluminum. And you got the American flag. Yes, sir. USA. God bless America. You have the bike rack. So they got all the components that you would want for good facilities. I'll take a picture of this trash can since this is our trash can, and we don't have a trash can issue here, mainly because we still gotta get this place leased up. But hopefully we got some business owners that want to do some cool stuff here to service the Fernandina Beach community. Nassau County is one of the fastest growing counties in the United States. And hey, you know, if you got service business or even like a shoe store, shoe repair, if you got a you know, Mexican restaurant, if you have a smoothie shop, or if you have something for families, you got your dojo here, and the Code Ninja, something that maybe teaches math or something like that. I don't know, piano, dance school. Dance school would be great. So that could all work here. So now what I do is, so let me go back into my inspection. So you can see that my progress is 45%. So it tells me I have 5 out of 5, 6 out of 6 complete, 2 out of 3 complete. So I didn't talk to the 3 current tenants yet. So I will do that, but I probably won't film it just because, you know, adjacent property is no issues at all. Nearby developments, I will just drive around the area to see if there's any nearby developments. So that'd be me getting into the car. Ponding, water intrusion, and see anything. You know, I can go back and change it if I need to. I don't think this has a lift station. Back of the property, I'll go back there now. So now I know that I'm 58% complete. A lot of what's missing is the back and side of the property, so we can just go ahead and do that now. Like I said, we're doing a lot of steps. I'll restart the video when we get back there. I spoke too soon. There's a little bit of water intrusion issue here, or ponding issue. This front dojo, I'm just gonna put it in there really quick. Parking lot, that'd be ponding issues. Put that in there. There's a little bit of ponding water in front of the dojo. Come a clear day, and it hasn't rained earlier, so not sure what this is all about, period. Go ahead and take action. All right, great, so that's done. All right, now we're in the back of the property. So you'll notice I'm doing it by walking, and I'm just not driving it, and that's mainly because you know, a lot of things you kind of miss if you're just driving by at 20, 15, even 10 miles an hour. When you're walking, you know, you're walking like 1 or 2 miles an hour. You can catch stuff like little things, you know, if there's a crack in the paint, or if there's paint peeling or something like that. which I think we did. We did a pretty good job. I mean, we spent a lot of money on this property. So here's a rear drive aisle. It's looking fine. The dumpsters are fine, just because we, you know, the Winn-Dixie or the grocery store is not. I'll do loading doors, so that you got the paint. Paint's looking good. We just painted this property not too long ago. This is your pond back here. Retention pond's looking good. I don't see any trash there. It doesn't look like it's I mean, it looks like it's doing what it needs to do. You got your transformers over here. So this is like kind of what I was talking about. Your electrical thing. So that would be, I think where did I do that? I think I put that in here, specific electric panels, right? So, I mean, normally I wouldn't take a picture of the transformer just because it doesn't really change much. And there's no doors or levers that you can access from exterior. But I'm doing it for the sake of thoroughness. You got bollards are fine. You got, see here. This is an example. You got a door. Rainbird. Let's see what this is. Whatever this is, it should not be open, so I'm gonna go ahead and close it. Done. And that's what happens, you know, you got people working on the property and they're not, it's not their property, so they're not really taking care of it. They leave stuff open or whatever. Got a little trash, things like that. Yeah, nothing too concerning. I mean, this back wall doesn't look that great. And maybe it's just a matter of talking to the that tenant. Let's go ahead and take a picture of that. That's Kabuki. Makes it easy. And I'll just say, you know, watch. The back of Kabuki looks really dirty with splatters all over the wall, comma. Let's make sure that they keep it cleaner and clean the grease off the wall, comma. That should have been period, but and that's because, look, it costs like 50 to 60,000, maybe 80,000 to paint this whole property. You want the paint to last, and when you put chemicals on the paint, it's not, you know, it just deteriorates that. It's not good. You got your pond was good, so I'm gonna say that's good. Then you got dumpsters. That's a dumpster. Looking good. Now you got, this is your, I'm assuming, refrigeration. Now we're getting into the loading areas. Your concrete is looking good. It's not all cracked up or anything. This does share access with this, what do you call it? Self-storage thing. Some sandbags, which is not flammable. So I'm looking, you know, there's flammable stuff back here. That's kind of what I'm more concerned about. But there isn't. Sandbags aren't really flammable. So I'll go ahead and take pictures of the back here. Looking good. Okay. I think that's maybe some of these older places, the delivery is actually a little bit not ideal, but I think this is the delivery over here, which isn't too bad. And again, I'm just walking it like, these are some pieces of metal that probably shouldn't be here. So I might say, I'm gonna say that there's two long metal poles behind the Winn-Dixie loading area that probably should be removed. And there's some sort of plywood over a divot in the concrete that should be looked at. Take a picture of that. And then the loading area itself is this, which is good. So what am I looking for in the loading area? You know, I just look at the bumpers themselves, make sure they're in good condition. I don't want the semi trucks to be bumping up against the actual wall of the property, because then that will, as you can imagine, cause some issues. All right, so I'm saying drive aisles, excellent. Dumpsters, excellent. Did I say loading? Watch. So that shows up there. All right, great, cool. So now, where am I at? I think I gotta refresh this. Now I am at 74%. So, did I attach 3 pictures? Yeah, more or less. Pictures taken all over properties, yes. But I certainly walked the property. I'll tell you, that's a sunny day in Florida. No easy task. So now I'm at 87. So what's missing? Neighboring property. So I got to just drive the area to see if there's any new developments. Security. We have cameras here. So, but I didn't see any issues with them. So our cameras are these guys here. Some are Winn-Dixie's, but we use IQ, which is a pretty good company. IQ Surveillance out of Atlanta, Georgia. I think they're actually out of like Roswell or something, or somewhere in Atlanta. I've been to their headquarters before, and they do a great job. So that's that. Site specific. Other issues, not applicable. Electric panels are good. I just say not applicable, meaning that they're fine. So this inspection template, everything's customizable in Rent Manager, which is great. So you can make it exactly for your business, for your workflow. And so we completed that for our own workflow. So two things I got to do is talk to 3 tenants, and the other thing is is there any developments nearby? Okay, that's it. Those 2, and then I'm going to be 100% because I'm at like 90% now. Great, 90-something percent, 99%. All right, cool. All right, so I spoke with Cricket. They're all good. They just want to do like some sort of event in the parking lot, like a grill out or something like that on a Saturday to just bring more traffic to the property. So I told her I'd talk to property management. The thing with events, you just want to make sure they have enough liability insurance and just any other required insurance, so that if something happens because of the event, that's covered. It's just the world we live in today. But in general, I'm okay with the concept, especially just a one-time thing. And considering the anchor's closed, just makes sense to help out the tenants. The Pilates studio is doing good. They have 2 spaces, and I think one of the spaces had an HVAC issue. So I know she said she already spoke with property management. She knew her by name, which is a really good sign. You want to make sure the tenants know the property managers by their name, and I think that's already in the works. And lastly, the Code Ninjas is doing well. Or at least not doing poorly, and they said that they're more of a destination use anyways. They get most of their business through online advertisements, and so they're doing pretty well. So that's the tenants. Now I'm going to drive the market. So when I drive the market, I'm over at the shopping center right up the road. I'm looking for whether or not there's a lot of vacancy in the market or not. Because if there is a lot of vacancy, that just means there's more competition. I'm over at Club 14 Fitness Plaza. I don't think that's the name of the plaza, but that's what the anchor, Coastal Home Furnishings. And but if there's a lot of vacancy, that just tells me as an owner that maybe, hey, we got competition and we just got to be more flexible on the rents. So there's a for rent here, Tom Wheeler. It's like pretty homemade signs. I don't know if that's a like a sublease or something like that. There's a European delicatessen, and I also like to see if there's any new stores that came into the market, because the new stores are kind of telling on how the market may be changing one way or the other, or it's just adds to your story. Like if there's a lot of higher end stuff that's moving in, then maybe the demographics of the community are shifting. I'm not sure, but if there's a lot of uses that cater to not high end or not high income, then that tells the story as well. I think out of the properties in the market, this is one of the lesser properties from the pecking order, but it does look nice. I think they did a great job, and it's very busy. You got the Humane Society Second Chance store, so yeah, looks good. No trees though, huh? No landscaping. So over here on 14th Street and Lime Street, I gotta find out what this is. This is like a new building that's constructed right here with a pretty cool contemporary design, Casper Architects. This gives you a little bit of idea of their architecture of vintage Amelia Island. I mean, that's the architecture that they're trying to go for, which is almost like a little bit different version of the Key West style, maybe like a northern version of the Key West style. So the new construction you're going to see there, like this professional plaza, is pretty old construction, so that looks still like in the 1990s maybe. Then you got this building here, so that's a coming early starting point. So that sounds like a daycare or something like that. Then you got this plaza here. I could drive every single shopping center if I had more time. I'm not going to, but I'm just looking to see if there's vacancies or not. I don't see any vacancies. Here's our Walmart right here. So that's the entrance of our Walmart. Great property, and this kind of gives you an idea of some of the newer style. I mean, I love this architecture, that kind of northern Key West, I'll call it, or like almost like a, I don't know, it's not really colonial, but yeah, maybe like a colonial Key West or something like that. So that's pretty cool. Okay, here's something going on. Looks like it's just power line stuff, so just regular maintenance, all good. See a couple more centers, no vacancy on the right, no vacancy on the left, so this is the Publix center actually. Let me okay. So Phillips Edison. So interestingly enough, as I stated, the R Winn-Dixie is closed for remodeling to a Aldi. This Publix, which is across the street, or not like directly across the street, but nearby, is also closed because they're doing so well here that they knocked down the old Publix and they're building a new Publix. So I'm assuming that the new Publix will be bigger. It'll be more of their standard prototype, so when you walk through the store it just feels nicer. Because look, Amelia Island or even Fernandina Beach, which like are two sides of the same island, are it's pretty high income. I think it's the average household income's like 160,000 or something like that, which is really high. That's equivalent to some of the like Coral Gables, Miami or something. It just doesn't have the density of Miami, but it's got the income certainly. And so that's kind of the, here, let me pull over here to give you a little bit better perspective. So you got your oh my gosh, I mean they knocked the crap, that whole thing's knocked down. So once that reopens, look, Phillips Edison knows what they got. This is great real estate, and I know you got like Smokin' Buddy Smoke Shop, Peterbrook Chocolates here. Those are two tenants that kind of don't go together, because oftentimes you're not only doing the smoke shop like as your last resort, because it's just not no other tenant wants to go next to a smoke shop. You're building your tenant mix to try to attract more tenants and more customers, and you want like the same customer profile so that they can have a convenient shopping experience, meaning that they take one trip and they can go to 3 or 4 different stores and complete more of their shopping and at your property. But the guy that's going to Smokin' Buddy Smoke Shop is unlikely to also go to Peterbrook Chocolatier. or Staples. I mean, that's just not that they say they don't. I'm just saying that, like, if you look at the statistics, which you can find using Placer AI, the customer journey, you can see, hey, the guy that goes to the smoke shop isn't also going to these other places, but the guy that goes to Peter Brook Chocolatier is probably very likely to go to Publix. Staples, I would say, is probably not the best co-tenant either. Nobody says, hey, I really want to be next to an office supply store. So, meaning that, like, if you have a Publix, you can drive your rent a little bit harder next to the Publix if you have a vacancy, because people want to be next to Publix because they draw so much traffic, and that traffic is likely the same customer. You got, but hey, look, I mean, they're pretty well leased here. My guess is that once that Publix opens, they're gonna do some tenant mix shuffling around, so some of these tenants might not get renewed, because, or they might or the rent might go up so much because it's the you know, there's a return on investment. You gotta be able to justify, hey, I'm gonna get more rent. That's why I can spend, you know, the $10 million or the $15 million to rebuild this Publix, or to, you know, redo the whole property. Otherwise, why do it? I mean, that's a lot of money, you know, 15 million dollars, 20, I'm not sure exactly how much it is. I can find out though. I'm friends with the Phillips Edison people, or they're known in the industry as PECO, P-E-C-O. But we're all pretty much friends in retail shopping centers. But it's, I can see that that's just the first domino to be done, is the Publix, and I'm sure they're going to go down the line and redo the rest of the property also. A lot of times the Publix requires that, actually. It as part of, when you have a Publix, because they're such a desirable tenant, and if you want them at your property, they get a lot of say. So they might say, hey, for us to be here, you have to redo the rest of your property also, because, you know, when our customers come to our store, we want them to feel good going to all the shopping center, not just the Publix part of it. It's called Island Walk. So that's the Publix here. Sadler Road is the main east-west thoroughfare at the property, and this is you know, this is called Sadler Square. It's just east of Sadler Island Square, the Publix property. Slayman owns this property. It's been pretty vacant for a long time, even though it looks really, really nice, and it's on Sadler, and it's kind of, you know, got all the right ingredients. I think that they were trying to, you know, make sure they had the flexibility for a major redevelopment, or to bring in a major tenant, the one that they want. And the Slaymans, they got a lot of money, so I think that they have holding power. They don't need to make any moves hastily just to get cash flow, because they own so much stuff in Jacksonville. But yeah, I mean, the property, this property looks good. There's a lot of vacancy, but there's always been, and I think that that's purposeful, because probably their leases, you know, require a lot of flexibility, like meaning, you know, landlord can terminate at any time, or, you know, something like that. I'm not, don't quote me on that, but that's my guess, because I mean, this is a prime location, and I think that, you know, there's plenty of retailers that would want to be here. There's a Walgreens across the street, which in the news recently, Walgreens used to be a really good tenant, Class A tenant. You can get low cap rates for them, and they were very desirable. Nowadays, that's really changed. I think, I'm not too sure. I think that the industry changed a little bit. Maybe they, you know, overexpanded, or they spent too much on their real estate, the bricks and mortar side of their business, or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. Or maybe it's private equity or something. I'll look it up and overlay it on this, but it's kind of interesting. That's just a side note. But anyways, Sadler Square, some opportunities here. So if you're a retailer and you're wanting to be on Sadler, just call Slayman. All right, so I think that was the last component of the of this checklist thing. So the neighboring tenants, I'm just going to say the Publix is in the beginning stages of the knockdown rebuild, but it's working, period. There's also a new building up on 14th and Lime. Not too sure what that is, but I'll have Leasing check it out, period. Curious what they're doing over at Sadler Square, period. Alright, so now that's that. Okay, go back. So that now look, 100%. Now I'm at 100% and it is done. So now what I do is I hit review. I like to just email it to myself, so I'm just going to put in my email address. Okay, I'm going to hit complete. And now what's going on is it's actually uploading all those photos. So you'll kind of see, let's see, there is 111 images, and it's just kind of uploading those one at a time. I'm not sure if I might have it on the setting where it only uploads when I have, nope, it's uploading. It's a little bit of a battery drain, so make sure you have a plug in your car to, but yep, 3, yeah, so. Okay, here's the focus. So it's uploading 111 images. Pretty thorough. Up there, okay, now it's going a little faster. Alright, great. Maybe if I get off the island, so that'll probably take the next, you know, a few minutes to upload. Alright, so thanks for coming along with me to do the property inspection for Amelia Plaza. You get a really good glimpse of what it's like to do an executive property inspection, and also using the Rent Manager app on my phone and its property inspection feature. And you can kind of see what I'm looking at, and you get a little bit more idea of operations also. All the things, you know, it's not so easy. It's not just, hey, check in with the tenants and that's it. It is a lot going on from the facility side, from the liability side, from the preventative side, things like that, the ongoing maintenance, CapEx, OpEx, etc. And keeping the tenants happy as well, but also keeping an eye on the area itself. It's not just your property, it's the community that you're servicing. Just keeping an eye out on that, making sure you're in the know as far as leasing vacancy of the market, and you know, just where do you sit, where do you stand. You want to just make sure that you're really aware of things, and we got to, and I do this for all of the properties. So we have like 20 something properties, so it's a lot of work, and I try to get out here quarterly is what I like to do. But I'm doing a more executive style one. The property managers are doing a little bit even deeper dive in some cases actually, so, and they're out here as I stated, weekly. So thanks again. My name's Hugh Chen, president of Saglo Companies. We own shopping centers across Florida, Georgia, Maryland. We've been around for 50 years. We're, you know, only in the shopping center space, very knowledgeable about this asset class. I'm a principal, I'm an investor, so I'm not just saying it out of you know, I'm saying it out of actual experience in doing it. So I hope you found this helpful. If you do, please like, subscribe, comment, and all that stuff. Reshare, and I appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks for your time.